I'm Toby and this is Sea Life.
Every year we get ready for a festival and we camp outside.
First thing we have to do is clean up our little spot because it's going to be set up with a ridge pole. So that means we're going to go between the trees and hang a pole between the trees. And let's see how we get on with this. About 8 feet high, yeah.
The tent is 10 feet wide, so that means 5 foot each way. So we just got a little bit of stuff jagged out there. When we actually set it up for the festival, we'll clean it out a little better. But right now we're just going to set it up to check it out. We're going to let it air out over probably the next 2 days, just so that it doesn't smell like a brand new tent so much.
That'll be nice.
You might like to sleep.
Have a couple little trees that have to come out the way. It's not a big change here. And that tent came in a really heavy duty bag so that you can restore it. We're going to get us a trash can or a barrel or something and store it in there all the time. We just have a teeny tiny little tree in the middle now. I don't think, no, we just have that teeny tiny little tree in the middle now to take out with whatever, some little something. And there's your trusty Echo chainsaw. A little machete will work. You got your knife on you, don't you? You got a little knife on you? I was going to try and get in here, but they got it this time. Yeah. I'm excited. I can't wait. Excited. That's too cool. Just too cool. And so the way this arrived, I don't know if it's because of the, you know, how the company is running or whatever right now, but it was in a U-Haul box, and and then we opened it up. I was surprised to find that that was our tent, but it was from Seattle, so who knows? I think it worked out best the way it was last year. Mm-hmm. Because I think it would have rained in otherwise. So yeah, we camped pretty much the same spot last year, And like I said, during this festival, we kind of we're praying for the rains of the season and all over the world. So yeah, we wound up with a lot of rain, just to say the least. And it's kind of the monsoon season is what we found. So I know it's kind of crazy to go camping during that time, but that's what we do every year. And it's so much fun. It's just so much fun. So the kids enjoy it, we enjoy it, our friends enjoy it. We invite a few friends and we just have a big time. We pull out the feast and the wines, and we have a real good time. Sitting around the campfires, talking, listening to music, having a big time. Yeah, it's muggy in Georgia today. It's beautiful, but it's muggy.
Sorry, I had to go get something to drink.
So I guess the next part is to pull out the tent. Too much fun, too much fun. Here it goes.
Wow, that feels rubbery. Oh, right? Wow, okay. Nice, they sent us a bag with it. Don't do that.
And it's got a cloth bag.
No?
No? That's the
It does look like a bag. Maybe it is a bag.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
cloth
wow, we got
bag.
2 bags with it.
Wow.
Oh, they got that thing tight.
Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. So of course, normally we wouldn't spend that much on a tent, but we do this every year. So if you're going to be out every year camping for a week, it's probably a good idea to get you a tent that will be very weatherproof, that you would almost like to live in. Need to do is get the ridgepole together, and it just so happened we had a swimming pool that had really nice poles that just connected together, and so this is going to make the perfect ridgepole. See, this swimming pool pole just snaps together. So we had an old pool. Gosh, it had been a long, long time ago when it has holes in it and things. And we had just saved the poles. So they came in so handy for this application. And I'm so thankful, because otherwise we would have been having to go into town to buy stuff, and
If we'd ordered it from
yeah, if we had ordered it from them, it would have been another $200. So
actually, the tent came with the floor, the poles, and everything like that. That it cost us $1,092.
Daniel just got through saying if we had ordered everything like the poles and all that that was supposed to go with the tent, that would have been $1,092. So these canvas tents are not cheap by any stretch of the idea, and but this company also has done an excellent job of delivery. It didn't take long at all to receive our order. Even with everything going on, we ordered it Sunday, got it 2 days ago. Hey, we are so happy with their delivery, and the quality just looks amazing. So yeah, and they say that they do sell the poles and everything as a separate package because a lot of people hike in and out of destinations, and they don't really want all the poles. That would be, they use a ridge pole that they, yeah, horseback riding. You don't want to carry a whole bunch of heavy stuff in. So yeah, so that's also a beautiful option, and I'm glad to see that this tent can be set up with a ridge pole. So this looks, that's very long, Daniel, I think. Oh, is that how long you want it?
I'd rather have it too long and
Oh, okay.
strap it to the trees and tie it macrame to it.
Okay. Now, Daniel was raised up camping. So, I mean, that's what he did. That's what his mother loved to do. She loved to take all the kids out and go camping. And they would camp and for weeks on end during the summer. And he was raised up in Michigan. So, it was a beautiful summertime in Michigan, not too terribly hot. And of course, if you stay by the water and you're camping out, it's just beautiful. So, when I first met him,
Hot day was 82 degrees.
Daniel says a hot day was 82 degrees when he was out camping with his family in Michigan, I went camping with them a couple of times, and they just were so good at it. They just had it down pat. So. So that's one thing Grandma and Grandpa C knew how to do. They knew how to camp. And took the kids out, and the kids just had so much fun around the campsite. And they had pie irons. They would make goodies at the campsite. And we can't wait to relive that, hopefully with our grandchildren. And just have a good time. But we have a good time every year out in a campsite somewhere. And so this year I am so glad, because last year we had to put a tarp over our tent. We had bought a pretty cheap little nylon tent, and it was a cabin tent. And don't get me wrong, we spent about $300-400 on it. It was pretty nice, but it just when the rains came, you could forget it. You had to. I was so glad to have watched a video. Somebody said, if you're going to do this every year, be sure, if you're going to do this during Sukkot, because Sukkot, it does rain during the festival. And if you're going to do this, be sure you put a tarp over your tent. But last year, it just poured down here. And we were really, having a good camping in the rain experience.
Is that what you want to call that?
Yes.
telling Toby that we're not going to worry about getting it perfect this time because we're not actually going to stay in it just yet. It's more to air it out and to try it out, try to get it up because we've never done this before. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get it up there. It'll be about as high as I can reach. So it's not going to be perfect at the right height, but we'll know what's going on with it once we get it up because we're going to actually stake it out just like it's supposed to be and everything like that.
And that's another really good tip is that if you're going camping for the first time in a new tent, be sure you set it up first, at least once or twice, and just figure out exactly how you're going to want to work with it. So that when you get to the campsite and it's time and it may be raining, you know, you've got it going on. You can just pop it right up just the way you want it and exactly where you want it. Up. Try not to stand on the tent because that will create leaks. I don't know, we may have to treat the canvas with something. We had ordered this from the tent shop. It has a big sign on the bottom. So apparently Daniel had been looking at a couple of sites and he thought he'd ordered from a different place, but this is from the tent shop. It's still a USA company that uses USA canvas, and we're really proud of it. Standing up anyway, and up good enough to air out, and we need to go get order us some steaks or make us some steaks. They said to make steaks out of rebar, so we're going to make some out of rebar, I think. And needless to say, we don't have this tied up right yet, but this is good enough to air it out anyway. That for this video, and thanks all of you for watching, and please subscribe and support our channel. We so appreciate it.